myself Anjali. Today I'm here to show the art integration project to explain the activity occurring under the Earth's surface. The Earth is an enormous place. There is so much that we don't yet know about what happens on the surface of the Earth. So how could we possibly know that about what happens deep down under the Earth's surface? Scientists are still working some of the details here. But with the help of equipment they used when studying earthquakes, they know the earth is made up of layers. The atmosphere, the crust, the core, the mantle.
3.
The core. The earth has an inner core and an outer core. The inner core is solidly and mainly made up of iron. Iron is very hard. That's why knights used it to make their iron. The outer core is also mostly iron, but the layer is split with melted iron. The mantle. The next layer is called the mantle. It is made up of rock. It is very hot in this part of the earth, causing the rock to behave a little bit like a liquid and a solid. The crust is the part of the earth that we walk on. Compared to the other layers, it is quite thin and breakable. You can think of the crust of the earth as being a bit like the crust of a pie. Although this crust is 5 to 70 kilometers deep, depending on whether you are under the ocean or on top of a mountain. The earth's crust is not one continuous surface like on a tennis or soccer ball. The crust is broken into enormous pieces called tectonic plates. Here I have roughly shown the diagram and example of tectonic plates. The pieces, it is broken into pieces like puzzles.
3.
Here I have roughly shown the example of tectonic plates. The earth is made up of six large measured tectonic plates and a few smaller ones. These plates fit together like puzzles pieces and float on the partially molten mantle. They slowly move and bump against each other at a rate of a few millimeters to 20 centimeters per year. It is bumping and rubbing that causes earthquakes and volcanoes.
2, 3.
Earthquakes and tectonic plates. Although the tectonic plates fit together like puzzle pieces, they still move a bit. Think about how can we wiggle a puzzle once it put together. The plate build up very energy. When they push against each other, when the pressure gets too much, something has to give, like when you bend a stick until it breaks. The sudden movement of these underground pieces causes earthquakes. Each tectonic plate is free floating and can move independently. Earthquakes and volcanoes. Each tectonic plate is free floating and can move independently. Earthquakes and volcanoes are the direct result of the movement of tectonic plates. At fault lines, the term fault is used to describe the boundary between tectonic plates. Most of the earthquakes and volcanoes around the Pacific Ocean basin, a pattern known as the Ring of Fire, are due to the movement of tectonic plates in this region. Other observable results of short-term plate movement include the gradual widening of the Great Rift Lakes, in eastern Africa, and the rising of the Himalayan mountain range. The motion of plates can be described in four general patterns. Collision. When two continental plates are shoved together. Subduction. When one plate plunges beneath another. Spreading. When two plates are pushed apart. Transform. Faulting. When two plates side past each other.
3.
The rise of the Himalayan mountain range is due to an ongoing collision of the Indian plate with the Eurasian plate. Earthquakes in California are due to transform fault motion. Geologists have hypothesized that the movement of tectonic plates is related to convection currents in the Earth's mantle. Convection currents describe the rising, spread, and sinking of gas, liquid, or molten material caused by application of heat. Earth's solid crust acts as a heat insulator. For the hot interior of the planet, magma is the molten rock below the crust. In the mantle, tremendous heat and pressure within the Earth cause the hot magma to flow in convection currents. These currents cause the movement of the tectonic plates that make up the Earth. 1, 2, 3. Here I have made the model of volcano. First I took the mud and then I placed it all towards the water. Then I slowly
3.
here I have shown the model of volcano. First, I took the mud and spread it towards the water. Then I slowly put the water on it in it. Then I now I'm go now I have to show the that how the volcano erupts. Here I have slowly put it the volcano. Now the volcano is erupting slowly and slowly. Okay. Now I have shown that how the volcano gets erupted from the Earth's surface, occurring under the Earth's surface. Thank you for, thank you. Now I have shown the for my overall performance. Thank for my overall performance of Art Integration Project Group A, Anjali Rahul Durve, Class 9. Thank
Hello everyone, my name is Vaidehi Amol Shirke. I am from class 9D. My topic is to state different types of plate boundaries. There are 3 types of plate boundaries. First, divergent boundary. Second, convergent boundary. Third, transform boundary. First, divergent boundary. These boundaries occur where 2 lithospheric plates move apart from one another. The middle of the Red Sea and the mid-ocean ridge gunning the length of the Atlantic Ocean are divergent plate boundaries. Means when 2 plates move apart from one another, the divergent boundary takes place. And the examples of these boundaries are middle of the Red Sea and the mid-ocean ridge gunning the length of Atlantic Ocean. Second, convergent boundary. These boundaries occur where both plates move towards one another to form a zone of subduction or continental collision into the Earth's interior by colliding plates and being remelted at the same rate. New crust is formed. This happens at convergent boundary, means when 2 plates comes towards each other, the convergent boundary takes place. Third, transform boundaries. These boundaries happen where 2 lithospheric plates move apart or maybe further precisely collide away from one another. Despite the transform faults where plates are neither created nor destroyed. These boundaries occur when natural or human man-made structures that cross transform boundaries carried in opposite direction. Means transform boundary happens where 2 lithospheric plates move apart from one another, and this boundary occurs when natural or human man-made structure cross transform boundary are carried in opposite direction. This is the PPT and the some examples which explains about the different types of boundary. Now let's see this PPT.
My name is Siddhi Sanjay Khot, studying in 9th Standard D Division. I am from 9D Group B and I am going to give you some information about Social Science Geography subject, and my subject teacher name is Shri Vidya ma'am. Today's topic in which I am going to tell you is the plate tectonic theory. So let's start with the topic. So here the first question comes, what is the plate tectonic theory? So here, plate tectonics is a scientific theory describing Earth's solid outer crust, lithosphere, separated into plates that move over the asthenosphere. This describes the large-scale motion of the 7 large plates. These 7 large plates are our continents, and there are also 8 minor plates, and this process began on Earth before the 3.5 billion year ago. Yeah, such a huge process. And there are 7 major and 8 minor plate. 7 major plate are African plate, Eurasian plate, Antarctic plate, Indo-Australian plate, North American plate, and South American plate. So this theory describes that how our lithosphere moved and how our continents are in this place now. You can see the map. So this continents, the world map, if you will see the continents. These are on the different place, but these are always moving. Their movement is very slow going, but they move constantly, but to very slow speed, which is unable to fill us. So let's see the more about the plate tectonics. So for going ahead, we need to know the layers of Earth deeply. We should go to the Earth deeply. What is inside the Earth? Let's see. So here there are the layers of the Earth divided into 2. That are the mechanical layer and the compositional layer. For the plate tectonic theory, we need to know the mechanical layer. There are 3 types of compositional layer, that are mantle, core, and crust. Here let's learn the mechanical layer in the deep. So here there are total 5 types of mechanical layer, that are lithosphere, asthenosphere, mesosphere, outer core, and inner core. So lithosphere is the earth crust, which width is 100 km. Okay, so the plate tectonics at the lithosphere, which causes the movement here. Okay, and asthenosphere is the just below the lithosphere, the layer just below the lithosphere. It is 700 km. Have you know this asthenosphere is constantly moving, as they are the heated rocks. They are not liquid, but they are heated. Then we will see mesosphere. Mesosphere is rigid. It is a fluid, means it is going to the conversion to becoming solid to liquid. That is the mesosphere. It is a fluid. Okay, and its width is 2,900 km. Then if we will go more deeper, the temperature is increasing. So outer core is the heated liquid, which is 5,100 km. And if we will go more deeper, that is the inner core. It is extremely high temperature here, and its width is 6,378 km. These are the mechanical layer of Earth, and these are so important to know that how our Earth layer is really, how they are hot, how they are heated. So here, if we will go deeper and deeper, the temperature will increase and increase. So let's see with the history of plate tectonics. So now here you are seeing the name of one scientist, one personality, that is Alfred Wegener. Alfred Wegener is a scientist who have discovered the theory of plate tectonics. Here he have discovered that the continents were one supercontinent known as Pangaea. Yeah, here, and now we will see here, you can see the diagram of the world map. So this is the now our Earth, but before this all were one supercontinent, that were Pangaea. This all is 250 million years ago. Here his discovery was so important to know, but this now modern scientists were not believing his discovery. Okay, so there were here he also discovered that the fossils, you can see the North America and the Africa. So this look like they have been broken up, as the fossils are all the same if we will see in the Africa and the North America. So here this discoveries were done by the Alfred Wegener, and he also discovered the continental rift. Okay, continental rift is the movement of the lithospheric plates, means the how it become the continent. It's drifted here. Okay, it was very slow movement, as it was the 1 to 2 centimeter per year. And in continental rift, he explained that how the continents shift its position from the Earth's surface. He have studied much of this, and he told it very perfect way, as how was the our supercontinent Pangaea, as we can see it in the diagram. So now we will see the movement of lithospheric plates. Here, how the continental drift occurs. What is the theory of plate tectonics? We see. Now we will see how this continental drift occurs. So here, this by the movement of lithospheric plates, as we can see the plate tectonics, here we can get our world now easily, the geographical positions of the world. But how it happens? Let's see. According to the theory of the massive lithospheric plates, were all moving in different ways and having interaction with each other, and these were making the impact on the earth. And this interaction of plate boundary are having the three types. Here this interaction is known as the plate boundary. Here means there are the lithospheric plates. This massive lithospheric plates were all coming with the touch with each other, and in that touch what happens, let's see. And here the interaction, that touch, it is known as the boundary. So there are three types of boundary: converging boundary, diverging boundary, and the transform boundary. So let's see that what is the converging boundary. So here the converging boundary, the plates move toward each other. Okay, so here this plate slowly means it is approximately 1 to 2 centimeter per year. They move so slowly, and these plates at the one time they collide each other, and while colliding, the heavier plate goes down and lighter plate is up. So here while going down, it goes down, heavy plate goes down, and once it get broke, and all the plate become the molten magma. And sometimes this plate as they move and the mountains happen. So as the one example is the India's big Himalayas. So these Himalayas are formed by the converging plate boundaries, and due to the converging plate boundary, they come with a touch with each other. This causes the impact on the earth, that is the earthquake and the volcano. As I told you that it goes down, so while goes down, the molten magma comes up, and that here the volcanic eruption occurred. So now let's go to the second plate boundary, that is diverging. So in diverging, it is opposite to converging, that in the diverging boundary they go away from each other, as here seafloor spreading occur. So what is the seafloor spreading here? When they go away from each other, if there is the oceanal crust sea below, so here the oceanal crust comes up and it takes area of the diverging boundary form. So here it is a sea floor spreading, and while the diverging boundary, the crack is also formed. So this is the diverging boundary. Let's go ahead. Here you will see the transform boundary. So the transform boundary, the plates didn't collide, didn't go away from each other. They pass from each other, and this create a fault line. Means here the faulting occurs, and here the fault line occur, and while this fault line, the earthquake is happening. And the one example is what? The San Andreas fault. Here you can see the one example of transform boundary. So now here I will tell you that how the India was formed, how the Himalayas were formed. This is so interesting theory, that how the India is formed. So as we know that there were one supercontinent known as the Pangaea. So after so many years, millions of years, it divided into two parts. That was the Gondwana land and Laurasia. So here in the Gondwana land, there were the Asia and today's India was located on the Gondwana land. Here we are only going to see about that how the India is formed. Okay, and then India was located on the Gondwana land. Okay, means there were the so space in the Asia and the Gondwana land. Asia were the in the northern side, and Gondwana land India were on the Gondwana land at the southern side. So India and Africa was on the one plate. And then this massive lithospheric plate means what, India and Africa was one plate. So this massive lithospheric plate got divided here, and India started moving toward Asia, and this resulted in the collision. And while this collision, it was with the Asia, and while this collision, the converging boundary formed and the Himalayas. I hope that you have understand this theory, and also I hope that you have liked this video, and for this I am so thankful to my SSC teacher Srividya ma'am who have gave me this chance. Thank you ma'am, thank you everybody, have a nice day.
Good morning to teachers and my dear friends. My name is Sanika Suresh Dharia from class 9D from group B. My subject teacher is Sri Vidya ma'am. My subject is social science geography and my topic is description of tectonic plates. Plate tectonics is the theory that states that the Earth's outer shell is divided into several plates that glide over the mantle. The plates act like a hard and rigid shell compared to Earth's outer layer. This strong outer layer is called lithosphere. As you can see on the screen, tectonics is the modern version of continental drift. The plates consist of two principal types of material, oceanic crust and continental crust. The Earth is considered to have 15 major tectonic plates, 7 of which are primary plates and rest are the secondary plates. The primary plates are the African plate, the North and South American plate, the Pacific plate and the Antarctic plate. The secondary plate are the Arabian plate, the Caribbean plate, the Indian plate and the Philippine Sea plate and Scotia plate. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Shreya Prakash Vaswan from 9th Group B. My roll number is 5 and my subject is Social Science Geography. And my subject teacher who gave me such a beautiful guidance is Srividya ma'am. Today I am going to represent my presentation to you. My topic is Description of Gondwana land. I am going to show you an animated video of introduction of Gondwana land. But before that, you are very well familiar with India and its size and location. But do you know how India was formed? Let me tell you. When this Gondwana land, which we are going to study now, broke up, its various parts drifted apart with different velocities to form what is today India. And also other countries like Africa, Australia, Antarctica and South America. In short, you can say India parted from its mother Gondwana land, which is the supercontinent. This was happened 140 million years ago. Now let's move ahead. This is the picture of Gondwana land. Now let's see an introduction video before starting. Let's start. The oldest landmass, the peninsula part, was a part of the Gondwana land. The Gondwana land included India, Australia, South Africa and South America as one single landmass. Can you believe it? The convectional currents split the crust into a number of pieces, thus leading to the differing of the Indo-Australian plate after being separated from the Gondwana land towards north. The northward drift resulted in the collision of the plate with the much larger Eurasian plate. Due to this collision, the sedimentary rocks which were accumulated in the geocycline, known as the Tethys, were folded to form the mountain system of Western Asia and Himalaya. Now, here's a short definition of Gondwana land. Gondwana land. It is the southern part of the ancient supercontinent Pangaea with Angara land in the northern part. Now let's move ahead. Introduction. Gondwana or Gondwana land was a supercontinent that existed from the Proterozoic about 550 million years ago until the Jurassic about 180 million years ago. Gondwana was not considered a supercontinent by the earliest definition, since the land masses of Baltica, Laurentia, and Siberia were separate from it. Here I have shown a short picture of it. You can see. Description of Gondwana land. Here we come to the main part. It was formed by the accretion of several cratons. Eventually, Gondwana became the largest piece of continental crust of the Paleozoic era, covering an area of about 100 million kilometers square, about 1/5 of the Earth's surface. During the Carboniferous period, it merged with Euramerica to form a larger supercontinent called Pangaea. Gondwana and Pangaea gradually broke up during the Mesozoic era. The remnants of Gondwana make up about 2/3 of today's continental area, including South America, Africa, Antarctica, Australia, the Indian subcontinent, Zealandia, and Arabia as well. Let's move ahead. South America, South Africa, India, and Australia. You can see this four as one single landmass. Now, one question can arise in your mind that why we called Gondwana land as only Gondwana land? Why not any other name? I have an answer for your question. Why is it called as Gondwana land? Gondwana was named by an Austrian scientist, Edward Suess. He named the supercontinent after the Gondwana region of central northern India. The name comes from the Sanskrit word Gondwana, which means forest. The Gonds are a group of people who live in the Gondwana area in India. Let's move ahead. The formation of Gondwana began with the East African orogeny, the collision of India and Madagascar with East Africa, and was completed with the overlapping Brasiliano and Conongo orogenies, the collision of South America with Africa, and the addition of Australia and Antarctica respectively. This picture gives us a detailed information about how the land mass or the land, Gondwana land, was changed from years to year. This is the Permian 250 million years ago, and it has Pangaea. This is Triassic, which has Laurasia and Gondwana land and Tethys Sea as well. This is Triassic and 200 million years ago. This is Jurassic 145 million years ago, and this is Cretaceous, that is 65 million years ago, and this is present day. A lot of difference, right? Difference between present day and this slide will show you an exact difference from Gondwana land of 140 million years ago and present day land. It's a lot of difference. In Gondwana land, every continent or every country was merged, and in present day, every continent or country is separated. Now, let's move ahead. Let's revise. Summary. Gondwana land is the southern part of the ancient supercontinent Pangaea, with Angara land in the northern part. India's oldest landmass, that is the peninsula part, was a part of the Gondwana land. The Gondwana land included India, Australia, South Africa, South America, and Antarctica as one single landmass. The convectional currents split the crust into a number of pieces, thus leading to the drifting of the Indian-Australian plate after being separated from the Gondwana land towards north. The northward drift resulted in the collision of the plate with the much larger Eurasian plate. Due to this collision, the sedimentary rocks which were accumulated in the geocycline known as the Tethys were folded to form the mountain system of Western Asia and Himalaya. Let's move to the another slide. Here I want to present some pictures of Gondwana land. This is a picture which gives us information about Gondwana land and all the continents or countries which were present in the Gondwana. Arabia, Africa, South America, Antarctica, India, Australia, and etc. as one single landmass. And here my presentation ends. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you.
Welcome to all my dear friends and my respective teachers. I am Ayush Bhatte from Group C of Class 9D, here to represent my project of art integration. The topic given to me in art integration is formation of Himalayas. I have completed this project with the guidance of my history teacher Sri Vidya ma'am. Now the question arises, how were Himalayas formed? Himalayas were formed 225 million years ago when India was large island situated off the Australian coast and separated from Asia by Tethys Ocean. The Himalayan mountain range and Tibetan plateau formed as a result of the collision between the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate, which began 50 million years ago and continues today. Collision, the sedimentary rocks were settled in the large-scale depression in the Earth's crust called Tethys and were folded and formed the Himalayas. This means the sedimentary rocks were settled in a plateau in a large scale in the Earth's crust called Tethys and were folded and formed the Himalayas. Now the one more question rises. What type of mountain Himalayas is? The Himalayas is fold mountains. Now I will explain you what is fold mountains by considering the example of Himalayas. The rugged, soaring heights of the Himalayas, Andes and Alps are all active fold mountains. The Himalayas stretch through the borders of the China, Bhutan, Nepal, India and Pakistan. The crust beneath the Himalaya, the most towering mountain range on earth, is still in the process of being compressed. Now you have got the perfect explanation of the fold mountains. Now after listing my explanation of fold mountains by considering Himalayas, now there must be a question in your mind. Are there any changes happening in Himalayas? Yes, there are certain changes happening in Himalayas every year, like from about 50 to 40 ma, the rate of northward drift of the Indian continental plate slowed down to around 4 to 6 centimeters per year. The slowdown is interrupted to mark the beginning of the collision between the Eurasian and the Indian continental plates, the closing of the former Tethys Ocean, and these changes are making Himalayas uplifted. This means the height of Himalayas are increasing due to this change. Now I would like to tell you one more change happening in Himalayas. The Himalayas are still rising by more than 1 centimeter per year as Indian continues to move northwards into Asia, which explains the occurrence of shallow focus earthquakes in the region today. However, the forces of weathering and erosion are lowering the Himalayas at about the same rate. The Himalayas and Tibetan plateau trend east to west and extend for 2,900 km, reaching the maximum elevation of 8,848 meters, and the Himalayas are the largest mountains on the earth. Now let's get to some deep information about Himalayas. Were the Himalayas formed by subduction? Now the first question arises in your mind, what do we mean by word subduction? The subduction word means the sideways and the downward movement of the edge of the plate of the Earth's crust into the mantle beneath another plate. This means when the two plates get coalesced, one of the plate goes downwards or slide sideways. This is called the process of subduction. Now many of geologists have long debated aspect of the coalescence between Asian and Indian landmass that formed the Himalayas. Now, the geologists debated is the Himalayas substructed? The proof is that about 57 years ago, the Asian plate forced the Indian plate and still connected to the denser ocean crust down towards. This means the Indian plate and the Asian plate were forced to connect, and the Indian plate is going downwards. This was an example of the subduction of Himalayas. Now let's get towards the known question but still unanswered for you. In many of the films you have seen that Himalayas are shown covered with white snow. But have you ever thought why Himalayas are covered with white snow? Now I will explain you. Altitude of Himalayan peaks varies from 300 meters to Mount Everest altitudes about 4000 meters are very cold and it snows more than rains. Thus more snow makes in low temperature and makes the Himalayas stays snow covered. Now let's get towards some interesting facts about Himalayas. As you all know, Mount Everest is a part of Himalayas, but have you ever thought who named this part as Everest? The Mount Everest was named by Sir Andrew Waugh in 1865 in honor of his predecessor Sir George Everest, who was the Surveyor General of India from 1830 to 1843. However, the locals have their own names for the giant mountain. The Tibetans and serpents call it as Cholangma, which means Mother Goddess of Earth. Now let's get towards the next fact about the exotic wildlife on the Himalayas. Due to its unique climate and geography of the Himalayas are home to some of the rarest species of animal kingdoms: snow leopards, wild goats, Tibetan sheep, musk deer, and mountain goats can be seen stalking, jumping, and leaping through the mountains. This is a proof that yes, animals can live on Himalayas. Now, I would like to end here. Thank you for watching my presentation. Hope you all liked my presentation. Thank you.
Hello teachers and all my dear friends. My name is Anurag Mari. I am here presenting you my art integration project on SST and my topic is the description of Himalayas. So let's begin. I am presenting the description of Himalayas, the Himachal Ranges and Shivalik. Himadri Ranges, also known as Greater Himalayas or Inner Himalayas, highest mountain range of Himalayan ranges, also a part of Alpine belt, runs from China, Pakistan, India, Nepal and Tibet. East to west extension is 2400 kilometers. Average height is 6000 meters. Chenab, Jhelum, Ravi, Ganga and Beas are the rivers originated from Himalaya ranges. Folds are asymmetrical in nature. Core is composed of granite. It is continuous running range and is covered with snow for the whole year. Highest peaks are Mount Everest. Height is 8850 meters. Second is K2. Height is 8611 meters. And the last one is Kanchenjunga. Height is 8586. Himachal Ranges, also known as Lesser Himalayas, lying to the south of Himadri Ranges, are most parallel to Himadri Ranges, composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. Altitude varies between 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. Average width is 50 kilometers. Northwest to southeast extension is about 2,500 kilometers. Runs through India, Bhutan, Nepal, China and Pakistan. Dhaulgiri, Lake Sekong, Marfa Monastery, Valley of Kashmir, Kangra and Kulu Valley, and Tashi Kang are some famous places. Kosi River originates from here. Pir Panjal Range, whose height is 5,653 meters, is the longest range and the most important one. Shivalik Ranges, outermost range of Himalayan ranges, extend over a width of 10 to 50 kilometers, altitude varying between 900 to 1100 meters. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the Himadri ranges. These valleys are covered with thick gravel and alluvium soil. The longitudinal valley lying between Himachal and Shivalik's ranges are known as dunes. Dehradun, Kotli Dune and Patli Dune are some of the well-known dunes. Some regions has a huge deposit of calcium carbonate, iron, sulfur and copper. Most tectonically dynamic zone of Himalayas increase at a rate of 3 mm to 4 mm. Thank you teachers for giving me this opportunity, and thanks for watching friends.
Hello friends, myself Aditya from class 9B. I hope you are still safe and healthy at home. Today I am going to describe and explain the topic Himalayas. The first will be the name of Himalayas. In this topic you will be knowing that from where the name Himalayas, name for the large range of Himalayas came from. The next topic will be geographical and physical features of Himalayas. In this topic you will be knowing that the mid-range of Himalayas is surrounded by what type of mountains. The third will be the geology of Himalayas. In this you will be knowing that the cartography and the formation of Himalayas. The fourth topic will be hydrology of Himalayas. In this topic you will be knowing about the river system and hydrology of Himalayas, that from where the rivers origins and where it distributes to other rivers. The next one will be glaciers of Himalayas. In this we will discuss about some of the biggest glaciers in Himalayas, about how much square foot of water they hold, how much fresh water they keep to themselves. We will be knowing about that. The next one is lakes of Himalayas. In this we will discuss about some of the beautiful lakes that makes Himalayas attractive. And the next topic is climate of Himalayas. In this topic we will be knowing about the climate of Himalayas. Is it windy, snowy, colder, etc. And the last topic is the ecology of Himalayas. In this topic we will be knowing about flora and fauna in Himalayas, that what type of animals and plants are being uniquely found over there. With our first topic, that is name of Himalayas, in which we are going to see from where the name of Himalayas came from. The name of the range has been derived from the Sanskrit language, in which it means above and about the snow. That means the Himalayas are covered with full of snow. They are known as Himalayan mountains, usually shortened to the Himalayas. Formerly they were described in the singular as Himalaya and rendered as Himavan in older writings. But as the new writings came over, this was also previously transcribed as Himalaya, as in Dickinson's poetry and Henry David's Thoreau's essays and descriptions. This is the peak of Himalayas. Now let us start with our next topic, that is geographical and physical features of Himalayas. The Himalayas consist of some parallel mountain ranges, which are the Shivaliks on the south, and the lower one Himalayan range, and the Great Himalayas, which is the highest and the central range, and last one, the Tibetan Himalayas on the north. The Karakoram is considered separate from the Himalayas. It also consists of some 8,000 meter Dhaulagiri peaks near Nepal means the range of Himalayas is covered with some of the most biggest mountains around it. This is the satellite image showing the arc of Himalayas in the upper side of India. Our next topic is the third topic, that is geology of Himalayas, in which we are going to look about cartography and the formation of Himalayas, means what are the types of rocks that make Himalayas beautiful. The Himalayan range is one of the youngest mountain ranges on the planet and consists mostly uplifted sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. According to the modern theory of plate tectonics, its formation is a result of a continental collision or orogeny along the convergent boundary between the Indo and Australian plate. The Arakan-Yomo Highlands and the Myanmar and the AN Islands were also formed by the collision. This is the peak showing the movement of landmass of Indian and Sri Lankan plate moving towards the Eurasian plates. Our fourth topic is hydrology of Himalayas, in which we are going to see the hydrological river system of Himalayas, which means we are going to see that from where the river origins or where it gets distributed for another rivers. Despite their scales, the Himalayas do not form a major watershed, and a number of rivers cut through the range, particularly in the eastern part of the range. As a result, the main ridge of the Himalayas is not clearly defined, and mountain passes are not as significant for traversing the range as with other mountain ranges. The rivers of the Himalayas drain into two large river systems, Indus Basin and Ganga Brahmaputra Basin. This is the peak showing the distribution of Indus and the Zanskar River in Himalayas. Next topic is glaciers in Himalayas. In this topic, we are going to see some of the large glaciers in Himalayas. The Great Range of Central Asia, including Himalayas, contains the third largest deposit of ice and ice powder with snow in the world. After Antarctica and Arctic, the Himalayan range encompasses about 15,000 glaciers, which stores about 12,000 km³ of fresh water. These glaciers include the Gangotri and Yamunotri and Khumbu glaciers in Mount Everest region. Here is the peak showing the second largest glacier in Himalaya, that is South Annapurna Glacier. The next topic in our second part is lakes in Himalayas, in which we are going to look about location and stats of lakes in Himalayas. The Himalayan region is dotted with hundreds of lakes. Most of the larger lakes are on the northern side of the main range. These include the sacred freshwater lake Manasarovar, near to Mount Kailash, with an area of 420 km and an altitude of 4,590 meters. It drains into the nearby lake Rakshasthal with an area of 250 km² and slightly lowered at 4,575 meters. Those are some beautiful cultural and heritage sites in Indian region of Himalayas. This is the peak showing Gurudongmar Lake in Sikkim. Our next topic is climate of Himalayas, in which we are going to see type of climates in the Himalayan region. The vast size, huge altitudinal range and complex topography of the Himalayas means they experience a wide range of climates, from humid subtropical in the foothills to cold, bad deserts conditions on the Tibetan side of the high mountains. Except in the furthest west, the most characteristic features of the climate is the monsoon. Heavy monsoon in the June and persisted September. The monsoon can impact transport and cause landslides. This is the peak showing the climate in the upper Mustang peak of Himalayas. And this is the peak showing the climate in the Kanam range of Himalayas. Last topic is ecology in Himalayan region, in which we are going to see about some of the unique type of flora and fauna found in Himalayas. The flora and fauna of the Himalayas vary with climate, rainfall, altitude and the soils. The climate ranges from tropical at the base of the mountains to permanent ice and snow at the highest elevations. The amount of yearly rainfall increases from west to east along the southern part and in front of the ranges. This diversity of altitude, rainfall and soil with very high snow help the plants and animals. This is the peak of male Himalayan tahar. This is the type of yak. And this is the peak of red panda of Himalayas, which is a type of fox. So guys, this was all about description of Himalayas. I hope you understood what I explained. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello everyone and respected teachers. I am Prithviraj Galandepati from 9D of Group C. I have completed the project in the guidance of Shri Vidya ma'am. I am today here to explain you about Northern Plains. Northern Plain has been formed by interplay of three major rivers, Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra and their tributaries. This plain is spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. It is agriculturally very productive part of India because it has favorable climate, it is rich in soil and it has adequate water. Northern Plains, few types are Punjab Plains, Delta region, Rajasthan Plains and the Ganga Plains. Punjab Plains. Punjab Plains is situated to the west of the Yamuna River and north of the Rajasthan Desert. The Punjab Plain is a fertile and a well-low land. The region is formed by sediment brought by Himalaya rivers. The plain is bounded by Shivalik ranges in the north, Rajasthan Desert in the south, and in the west, and Delhi Range in the east. Delta ranges. The Ganga Brahmaputra Delta is world's largest delta. It is also known as Sundarbans. It is one of the most fertile regions in the world. It is known as Green Delta. It is approximately 350 km wide. Rajasthan Plains extend over northwest India and eastern Pakistan. Cultivation is done in the small patches. The water for this cultivation is provided by small streams. This process are called Rohi. The only major river is Runi. Now the Ganga Plains extend from Yamuna River west to the western borders of Bangladesh. Distance is 1400 km. Regions Ganga, Yamuna, Doab, Avada Plains and Milai Plains. Both Bahabar and Terai belts are formed in the Uttar Pradesh plains. Thank you.
Welcome to all, my dear friends and respectful teachers. My name is Shreyash Nitin Pardeshi, studying in class 9th D, and I am going to explain you about Northern Plains of India. The Northern Plains of India are formed by the three river systems which are Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra along with their tributaries. These plains extend approx 3200 km from west to east. Now let's talk about the location. They lie to the south of Shivaliks, which is separated by HFF, which is Himalayan frontal fault. Now let's talk about their formation. Due to the uplift of the Himalayas in the Tethys Sea, the northern part of the Indian peninsula got subsided and formed a large basin. That basins were filled with sediments from river which came from the mountains and the north and from the peninsula in the south. These extensive alluvial deposits led to the formation of the northern plains of India. Now, the one of the example is Indo-Gangetic Plain, which is also known as Indus-Ganga Plain or North Indian River Plain. This plain is divided into two drainage basins by the Delhi Ridge. This divide is only 350 meters above the sea level. As shown in the map, this plain starts from Sindh in west to Bengal and Assam in the east. It is 2.5 million kilometer or approx 630 million acres fertile plain. By this I end my explanation here. Thank you.
Friends, my name is Ajinkya Desai. I am from class D, 9D. My topic is the river of Peninsular Plateau. So let's go with the topic. The Peninsular Plateau of the India is roughly triangular shape with its base parallel to the Ganga Valley and its apex Ganga towards the south tips of the country. It is hard old mass of igneous and metamorphic rocks, being part of the tectonic plates called the Gondwana land. The main water divided in Peninsula River formed by the Western Ghats, which run from the north to the south close to the western coast. Most of the major rivers of Peninsula, such as the Mahanadi, the Kaveri, Godavari, the Krishna and Kaveri flows eastward and drain into the Bay of Bengal. The seven rivers of India plays a main important role in the lives of the people. They provide portable water, cheap transportation, electricity and livelihood for many peoples nationwide. This easily explains why nearly all the major cities of India are located by the bank of river. The river also have an important role in Hindus religion, are considered holy by all Hindus in country. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers and all my dear friends. My name is Kishore Mohan Dubey. I am from Group C. I study in class 9B. I am going to explain today art integration project in which my group leader has told me to draw a map of India. In that I have and he also tell me to mark plateaus. So I have here marked plateaus: the Deccan Plateau, the Western Ghats, the Peninsular Plateau, the Range of Kutch, Thar Desert, and Cardamom Hills. So let's see now first topic. The first topic is Earth is the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is the last plateau in western and southern India. The Deccan Plateau is the last plateau in western and southern India. Means it is a in that plateau in India the Deccan Plateau is a very large plateau. Okay, it rises to 100 meters and 330 feet in north. It rises 100 meters and 330 feet in north and to more 1000 meters and 3330 feet into the south. In south, 1000 meters and 3330 feet it rises. Means the north is smaller than south. So let's see now. Forming a raised triangle within south pointing triangle of Indian coastline. In south side, the south points the last triangle and points the coastal lines. It extends over 8 Indian states and encompasses a wide range of habitats. It extends means Deccan Plateau extends over 8 states and encompasses a wide range of habitats. And it encompasses a wide range of habitats. Okay. Covering a significant parts of Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. That covers the main parts of Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh means significant parts. So, okay. Now Deccan Plateau has been over. Now we will see with the Western Ghats. Okay. Western Ghats. The Western Ghats, also known as Sahyadri. Western Ghats are also known as Sahyadri. Means the second name of the Western Ghats is Sahyadri. And benevolent mountains. They are benevolent mountains. Okay. A mountain range that covers an area of 140,000 square kilometers. Western Ghats cover 140,000 kilometers square. Okay, 140,000 kilometers square and 54,000 square milli inch, meter inch. Okay, and parallel to the western coast in Indian Peninsula. It is parallel to the Indian coast of Indian Peninsula. Okay, traversing the states of Indian Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. Okay, it traverses this much states. It is a UNESCO. It is a UNESCO World Heritage site and one of the biological diversity. Okay, in the world. It is sometimes called the Great Escarpment of India. The UNESCO is also called as the Great Escarpment of India. It contains a large proportion of countries' flora and fauna. It also contains large proportion of countries' flora and fauna. UNESCO biological diversity that tells us. Okay, and it contains many of which are orally found in India and nowhere else are the Ghats. Many of these found in our India, the flora and fauna, and remaining in other Ghats are older than means see, Western Ghats is older than Himalayas. Means Western Ghats is older than Himalayas. Means Himalayas small than Western Ghats in knowledge. They interrupting the rain-laden monsoon winds that sweep in the southwest during the late. Okay. Now we will see next Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats are this continuous range of mountains along the India's eastern coast. The Eastern Ghats are not continuous, but they are separated in parts. In India's eastern coast, the eastern coast and the Eastern Ghats run from the northern Odisha through Andhra Pradesh to Tamil Nadu as well as Telangana. Eastern Ghats cover Odisha to Andhra Pradesh to the Tamil Nadu in the south, passing some part of Karnataka as well as Telangana. It passes these four. They are eroded and cut through by four major rivers. They are eroded and cutted through four major rivers. They are Siam. India we through by four major rivers. They are eroded and cutted through four major rivers. They are Siam. India with Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna and Kaveri. Okay. These four rivers they are eroded. The cradle of Eastern Ghats is the Villupurana district in Tamil Nadu. The cradle of Eastern Ghats are Villupurana district in Tamil Nadu. The Deccan Plateau lies to the west of the range between the Eastern and Western Ghats. See, the Deccan Plateau lies between the Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. Okay, in Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats they lie. The coastal including Coromandel coast region lie between the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. Coromandel Hills, we have seen in this map, Coromandel Hills. It lies between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. Okay. The Eastern Ghats are bigger than Western Ghats. Eastern Ghats are bigger than Western Ghats. We have seen the Western Ghats. Sahyadri is bigger than Himalayas. Like this only here is there. Eastern Ghats are bigger than Western Ghats. Now we will see next part, that is Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is also known as the Great Indian Desert. The Thar Desert is also known as the Great Indian Desert. Okay. It is a large arid region in northern west part of Indian subcontinent that covers area 200,000 km square and forms a natural boundary between the India and Pakistan. It is the biggest desert in India and it forms 200,000 km square and it forms a India-Pakistan border. Okay. It is the ninth largest subtropical desert in world. Okay, about 85% of the desert is located in India and remaining 15% in Pakistan. Means 85% of desert is with India and remaining 15% is with the Pakistan. Okay. In India, it covers about 170,000 kilometers square, 66,000 square meter inch. It covers in India 170,000 kilometers square and 66,000 meter inch, and remaining 30 kilometers square and 12,000 square meter inch in Pakistan. Okay? Of the desert forms approximately 5% Celsius, 0.6% of the total geographic area of India. So the third desert has been over here. Now we will see next part, the Great Rain of Kutch. The Great Rain of Kutch or Rain of Kutch of Salt Marsh. The Great Rain of Kutch is also known as Salt Marsh. It is a salt marsh. The salt marsh desert in the Kutch district. It is a salt desert. Means there we can get sugar also of desert. Salt also of desert. Sorry. It is about 7,500 kilometers square. It is about 7,500 kilometers square, the desert, to be one of the largest scale salt desert in the world. This area has been inhabited by Kutch people. Hereby, my explanation has been over. I like this project very much, and I have very excitement to do this. Thank you.
My name is Atharva Yuvraj Sonone. My class name is 9th D, Group C. I am doing project of Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat. The Eastern Ghat is one of the least explored natural landscape of India, stretching about 1,750 km north to south. It began from central Odisha, continues throughout Andhra Pradesh and Telangana before culmination at the Surmale Hills, facing the Western Ghat near Madurai in southern Tamil Nadu. Means in Eastern Ghat there are the 5 states: Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. The Eastern Ghats still contain large continuous stretches of a tropical decided mixed and semi-evergreen forest. Each hill range has its own characteristics, feature species, composition, and diverse human community. The immense diversity of a landform contributed the natural beauty and attractiveness of a region. In Eastern Ghat there are so many hill stations, national park, and river. Example of a national park, Papikonda. Example of a river, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. The highest peak of Eastern Ghat is Mahendragiri. It is divided into two parts, Northern Sarkar and the Coromandel coast. They lie along the Bay of Bengal. Means the highest peak of the Eastern Ghat is Mahendragiri. Mahendragiri height is 1,501 meters. Western Ghat. The Western Ghat are internationally recognized as a region of immense global importance for the conservation of biological diversity, beside connecting areas of high geological, cultural, and associated value. I mean, there are so many species of animals, birds, flowers, etc. A chain of a mountain running parallel India Western Ghat, western coast, approximately 30 to 50 km inland. The Ghat transfer the 6 states. In Western Ghat there are the 6 states: Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Goa, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh. The globally 310 flora and fauna in the Western Ghat. Flora means flower and fauna means animals. The Western Ghat, also known as the Side Hills. The Western Ghat also called the Sahyadri Hills. The 4,000 species of flowering plants are known from the Western Ghat. There are many type of species in Western Ghat. In Western Ghat, the northern portion of the narrow coastal plain where the Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea has the Konkan coast. Arabian Sea also called the Konkan coast. The central portion is called Canara coast and the southern portion is called Malabar coast. Southern portion, northern portion also called the Canara coast, and the southern portion is also called the Malabar coast. The highest peak of the Western Ghat is Anaimudai. The highest peak of the Western Ghat is Anaimudai. Anaimudai height is 2,695 meters. Thank you.
Hello, one and all. My name is Mohanlal Awaran Chaudhary and I am from Standard 9D and Group D. Hope you all are good and fine in this COVID-19. My subject is Geography and my subject teacher name is Sri Vidyapan. Today we will discuss about Central Highland, partly to the north of the Narmada River. Major part of the Malabar Plateau makes up the Central Highland, covered by the wind at the north, Satpura at the south and on the northwest. Rivers such as the Sindh, the Bit and the Agni fall from its southwest to the southeast and indicate the slope. The Central Highlands are wide in the west but narrow in the east, known as Bundelkhand and Banglakhand. Chota Nagpur Plateau marks the future eastward extent. Physical feature of Central Highland: Theri Desert, Araval, Central Highland, Wendies, Satpura, Chota Nagpur, Gar Khis. Physical position of Malawati, Bundelkhand, Banglakhand, Malabar Plateau, Deccan Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau. Major river of Central and North India: New Delhi, Agra, Chambal, Sindh, Betu, Darshan, Khen. Thank you to see my video and thank you so much.
Good morning, one and all. I hope you are fine in this pandemic situation of COVID-19. Myself, Piyush Rajpurohit from class 9D and Group D. Today, I will tell few words about Deccan Plateau. The subject is geography and the subject teacher is Sri Vidya ma'am. So, let's begin.
So first, I'll be giving a description about it. So, the Deccan Plateau is a large plateau in western and southern India. It rises to 100 meters in north and to more than 1000 meters in south, forming a raised triangle within the south-pointing triangle of Indian coastline. It extends over 8 Indian states and encompasses a wide range of habitats covering significant parts of Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So, what is Deccan Plateau? The Deccan Plateau is a triangular landmass that lies to south of river Narmada. The Satpura range flanks its broad base in the north, while the Mahadev, the Kaimur Hills and the Michael range form its eastern extensions. So as you can see, the Deccan Plateau is a triangular landmass that lies to south of river Narmada. The Satpura range falls to its northern side. Deccan Plateau, the Mahadev, the Kaimur Hills higher, and the Michael range in the west and goes into eastern extension eastwards. Means it's a slopey plateau which goes from upper side west to eastern sides downwards. An extension of the plateau is also visible in the northeast. The three prominent hill ranges of Deccan Plateau from the west to east are the Garo Hills, the Khasi Hills, and the Jaintia Hills. The Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats mark the western and eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau. Thank you, and I hope you have understood about Deccan Plateau.
Hello one and all, my name is Atharva Darekar and I am from class 9D and from group D. So my topic is explanation of Eastern Ghats, and in this video I am going to discuss about Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats are discontinuous ranges of mountains along India's eastern coast. The Eastern Ghats run from the northern Odisha through Andhra Pradesh to Tamil Nadu in the south, passing some part of Karnataka as well as Telangana. They are eroded and cut through by four major rivers of peninsular India: Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna and Kaveri. The cradle of Eastern Ghat is Viluppuram district in Tamil Nadu. The mountain ranges run parallel to the Bay of Bengal. The Deccan Plateau lies to the west of the range between Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. The coastal plain, including Coromandel Coast region, lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. The Eastern Ghats are not as high as Western Ghats, and Eastern Ghats are older than Western Ghats and have a complex geologic history related to assembly and breakup of Asian subcontinent, Rodinia, and assembly of Gondwana subcontinent. Thank you. That's all I want to discuss in this video about Eastern Ghats. I hope that you have
Hello friends, my name is Parpal Chaudhary and I am studying in 9D. My teacher name is Shividya ma'am. Today I am going to talk about the Western Ghats, which are also known as Sayadri Ghats. So guys, let's start the conversation. Also known as Sayadri Ghats are the mountain range that covers an area of 140,000 square kilometers. Western Ghats lie parallel to the eastern coast. They are continuous and can be crossed through the passes only. The Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. The Western Ghats cause geographical range. The Western Ghats are one of the world's biodiversity hotspot with over 139 mammals, 508 birds and 139 amphibians species and many others. The different types of animals live in Western Ghats that are like a Nilgiri marten and Asian elephant. The climate is humid and tropical in the lower reaches. Elevation of 1,500 meters square and above in the north and 2,000 meters square and above in the south have a more temperature climate average. Annual temperature is around 15 degrees Celsius. In some parts, frost is common at temperature touch the freezing point during the winter months. In the winter, the winds dry up and decrease the temperature of the peninsula. By the summer, the winds cause monsoon rains, which is an effect of wind beginning water in the December to March months, which is also known as dry season. In Western Ghats, wind originates in the northern northeast and east. I like my conversation and all my team members, and most thankful to my class teacher, Steve the ma'am, who helped me a lot. So thank you once again to everyone.
Hello one and all. My name is Paras Santosh Korpe and I am from standard 9D and group D. Hope all you are good and fine in this COVID-19 pandemic situation. My subject is geography and my subject teacher name is Sri Vidya ma'am. So today we will discuss about detailing of Indian desert. So first of all we will see Thar Desert which is in Rajasthan. So let's begin. How Thar Desert formed? 1 million years ago, much before the desert formed, the region was watered by mighty and compressible the sides to the Indus and the Ganga. Rainfall was good and the vegetation lush. Strong winds lifted and sand and silt particles formed alluvial sediments and deposited them in the region, and the true desert began to form. Some information on Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is also known as the Great Indian Desert. It is a large arid region in the northwestern part of the India subcontinent that covers an area of 200,000 kilometers square and forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. It is the world's 17th largest desert and the world's 9th largest subtropical. We will discuss few about Thar Desert land. The Thar Desert are also called the Great Indian Desert, covers more than 77,000 square miles, forming a natural border between India and Pakistan. It is a large arid region with a landscape varying in the size from 52 feet as 16 meter in the north to 498 feet as 152 meter. You know that there are many wild animals live in the Thar Desert. So we will discuss some wild animals of Great Thar Desert of India. So the animals of the Great Thar Desert include numerous species of reptile, desert scorpions, mongoose, red fox, chinkara, wildcat are few species which are fast vanishing in other parts of the India but can be spotted here. You know the sheep of desert? Who is the sheep of desert? Yes, camel is the sheep of desert. You know, camel is the first animal come to mind while talking about wildlife safari in desert. There are 11 national parks in the Thar Desert area of India, the largest of which are the Nara Desert Wildlife Sanctuary and the Run of Kutch. The Run of Kutch is the only protected area for the Indian wild ass, one of the most endangered species of India. Discuss in detail of some animals which live in Thar Desert. So our first animal is the only protected area for the Indian wild ass, one of the most endangered species of India. Discuss in detail of some animals which live in Thar Desert. So our first animal is saw-scaled viper. There are 25 species of snakes that can be found in Thar Desert of Rajasthan. Among the snakes, the saw-scaled viper, the large rat snake, black cobra and sandbow are the most famous and dangerous snakes which live in Thar Desert. The desert snakes are hide very easily in sand to protect by hunt the lizards and insects. Now our second animal is blackbuck. So the blackbuck is a species of antelope found mainly in India and one of the most common antelope of Thar region. Another desert antelope includes the Indian gazelles, also known as chinkara. Like most wild animals, the blackbuck is also protected by wildlife of India. Now the third one is the Great Indian Bustard. The Great Indian Bustard is among the heaviest of the flying bird found in India. There are 4 members of the bustard family are found in India, which falls under the protected species. The large number of giant Indian bustard are found only in ocean of salt, Thar Desert. The region is a haven for other 141 species of migratory and resident birds. Whole include Indian eagle and peacock, the national bird of India. Now the fourth and last one is Great Indian Spotted Eagle. The Indian desert eagles is one of the biggest flying predator and endangered species found in Thar Desert area of Rajasthan. The harriers are the one of the major attraction of Thar Desert National Park of Rajasthan. The desert eagle is a dark and majestic bird with a long wings. Pre-species of birds include partridges, doves, and sometimes snakes as well. The other types of wild harriers are Indian vultures, falcons, and buzzards. Thank you. I hope you like my presentation, and most thankful for my team members who support me, and also my subject teacher Sri Vidya ma'am, that she always contact with me for this presentation. And once again, thank you all of you.
Hello everyone, hope you are doing well in this pandemic situation of COVID-19. Myself, Parth Dhumal from class 9D and Group D. Today I am going to tell you some information about coastal plains. Subject is geography and subject teacher's name is Sri Vidya ma'am. So let's see.
A coastal plain is a flat, low-lying piece of land next to the ocean. Coastal plains are separated from the rest of the interior by nearby landforms such as mountains. In western South America, a large coastal plains lies between the Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. In the United States, coastal plains can be found along the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. Coastal plains can form in two basic ways. Some start as a continental shape, a flat piece of land located below sea level. When the ocean level falls, the land is exposed, creating a coastal plain. Sometimes these coastal plains can extend far inland. Fossils of marine organisms have been found in the landlocked US state of Kansas. For instance, Kansas was part of a vast coastal plain that formed when the Western Interior Seaway was forced to the Gulf of Mexico about 100 million years ago. The Western Interior Seaway was a large sea that split the continent of the North America from what is now the Gulf of Mexico to the Arctic Ocean during the Cretaceous period. A coastal plain can also develop when river currents carry rock, soil, and other sedimentary material into the ocean. Layers of this deposited sediment build up over time, creating a flat or gently sloping landscape. Now let's see a short video about coastal plains.
The coastal plains form a part of our physical divisions. They are flat areas of land located near the sea or ocean. The coastline of India is divided into the western coastal plains and the eastern coastal plains. The western coastal plains are situated between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. They extend from Gujarat to Kerala. The Malabar coast, the Gujarat coast, and the Konkan coast are the three divisions of the western coastal plains. The Malabar coast attracts many tourists because of the lagoons located here. A lagoon is a saltwater lake separated from the sea by sand or rocks. The western coastal plains have a warm climate throughout the year. They receive heavy rainfall during the monsoon from June to September. There are several rivers such as Narmada, Tapi, Zuari, and Mandovi which flow through these plains. Crops such as cashews, groundnut, coconut, rice, and sugarcane are grown in this region. Places like Kochi, Mumbai, Thiruvananthapuram, and Goa are situated on the western coastal plains. The eastern coastal plains are smoother and wider than the western coastal plains. They stretch from West Bengal to Tamil Nadu and are located between the Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghats. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers flow through these plains and drain into the Bay of Bengal. The rivers flowing through the eastern coastal plains deposit silt, which makes the region very fertile. Sugarcane, rice, jute and cotton are some crops which are grown here. The climate of this region is hot and humid. It receives heavy rainfall during October, November and December. The important cities located on the eastern coastal plains are Visakhapatnam, Karaikal, Puducherry and Chennai. Chennai and Visakhapatnam are well-known port cities. The ports help in transporting goods to other countries. Besides the coastal plains, there are a few islands in India as well. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands are the two main island groups. Both of them are union territories. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a group of 572 islands located in the Bay of Bengal. Port Blair is the capital of this island group. Indira Point, a village in the Nicobar Islands, is the southernmost point of India. Havelock Island, Car Nicobar, Neil Island and Viper Island are located here. The Lakshadweep Islands are located in the Arabian Sea to the southwest of India. They are situated about 300 kilometers to the west of the Kerala coast. The capital of Lakshadweep Islands is Kavaratti. The Lakshadweep Islands are small coral islands. Corals are hard substances that are formed on the bottom of the sea from the bones of very small sea creatures. Corals are mostly red, pink or white in color. The Lakshadweep Islands consist of about 36 islands, some of which are uninhabited. Some of the main islands of Lakshadweep are Minikoi, Agatti, Kalpeni and Kadmat. Now we know that the coastal plains and islands form a part of the physical features of India. Coastal plains are fertile and useful for growing crops. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands are the two main island groups of India. Which of the two physical divisions do you think are more beautiful?
Thank you and hope so that you have understand about coastal plains.
Good morning all of you. I hope you are fine in this COVID-19 situation. Myself Suresh Patil from class 9D and from group D. I am going to give you information and explanation about island. Now let's begin.
Now let's start our topic. Our topic name is island. Island, an area of land smaller than a continent and entirely surrounded by water. Island may occur in oceans, seas, lakes or river. A group of island is called an archipelago. How the formation of island? As volcano erupt, they build up layers of lava that may eventually break the water surface. When the top of the lava appears above the water, an island is formed. While the volcano is still beneath the ocean surface, it is called seamount. Oceanic island can be formed from different types of volcanoes. Indian island. India has a vast mainland. Besides this, the country has also two groups of islands. The land two group of islands are Lakshadweep Island and the Andaman and Nicobar Island. The group of islands include as many as 572 islands of varying size, of which about 38 are inhabited. Though normally referred to as Andaman Nicobar Island, it consists of two distinct groups separated by a deep channel. Andaman group have Great Andaman and Little Andaman. Nicobar group have 22 islands and 10 inhabited. Lakshadweep Island is a group of island inlets and located in the Arabian Sea. They form the northmost portion of a submerged mountain range containing Lakshadweep, Maldives and Chagos groups of islands in the Arabian Sea. These islands are of the coral origin and have no hills and streams. This is the project I had made on an island. I had written the information and explanation on the chart paper and made a small model of island.
Hello everyone, my name is Zaki Patel and I am from class 9D. My roll number is 37 and my SST subject teacher's name is Sri Vidya ma'am. My topic is India's mega biodiversity and I am from group E. India is one of the 12th mega biodiversity countries in the world. The country is divided into 10 biogeographic regions. The diverse physical features and climatic situations have formed ecologically habitats like forests, grasslands, wetlands, coastal, and sustain immense biodiversity. Biogeographically, India is situated at the tri-junction of three realms: Afrotropical, Indomalayan, and Paleoarctic realm, and therefore has characteristic elements from each of them. The assemblage of three distinct realms make the country rich and unique in biogeographical diversity. Thank you for watching my work.
Good morning everyone, my name is Viraj Prashant Khangada and I am from class 9D. My roll number is 33 and my topic name is an ecosystem. Now all about know that what is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a geographic area where plants, animals and other organisms as well as weather and landscape are work together to form a bubble of life. Ecosystem contain biotic or living parts as well as abiotic or non-living parts. Biotic factors include plants, animals and other organisms. Natural ecosystem. Natural ecosystem contain living and non-living organisms and artificial ecosystem is human-made. Types of ecosystem. First, desert ecosystem. Second, forest ecosystem. And third one is grassland ecosystem. Now I will show you a short definition of a desert ecosystem. Desert ecosystem is the study of interaction between both biotic or abiotic components of desert environment. A desert an ecosystem is defined by interaction between organisms, the climate in which they live, and any other non-living influence on the habitat. Now I will show you a forest ecosystem definition. Forest ecology is the scientific study of the interrelated pattern processes, flora and fauna and ecosystem in forest. The management of a forest is known as forestry, silviculture and forest management. Grassland ecosystem. Grassland are areas where the vegetation is dominated by grasses. However, sage and rush can also be found along with variable proportions of legumes like clover and other herbs. Grasslands occur naturally on all continents except Antarctica and are found in most ecoregions of the earth. What are the components of ecosystem? The components are abiotic components and biotic components. There are two types of components. They can be further classified as producers, consumers and decomposers. Here is a abiotic component. An abiotic component is non-living part of an ecosystem that shapes its environment in a terrestrial ecosystem. The examples are temperature, light and water. Biotic components. Biotic factors are the living components of an ecosystem. Examples, decomposers and heterotrophs. Now I will show you a short video clip of an ecosystem.
With a creek and rocks in the background. Do you know what you have just imagined? It is an ecosystem, or a forest ecosystem to be more precise. An ecosystem is a set of all living organisms, animals and plants. And the so-called inanimate nature, water, weather and rocks, that can be found in a single area. Many types of ecosystems can be found on the Earth. Forest is one of them. Forest is an ecosystem full of high trees. It can be deciduous or coniferous. It can also be a tropical rainforest with warm and wet climate. Such forests are inhabited by animals like monkeys or toucans, and plants like banana trees. Ocean is also a kind of an ecosystem. It is a huge area full of salt water. Organisms that live in the oceans are adapted to survive in the salt water. The oceans are inhabited by octopuses, lobsters, penguins, turtles, and many other animals. Deserts are yet another kind of ecosystem. A desert is an area where it rarely rains. Temperatures are very high, but the organisms that live here can survive despite the scarcity of water. Animals that live in the deserts include fennec foxes and camels. Have you ever heard of tundras? Tundras are the coldest ecosystems. For most of the year, the ground is frozen. Plants such as mosses and lichens appear here only in the summer, when the upper layer of the ground thaws. Tundras are inhabited by bears, Arctic foxes and reindeers.
Good morning all of you. My name is Vedant Pritam Roy. I am from 9D Group E. My topic is summarizing the vegetation of Maharashtra and Odisha. In this topic there are two points. Let's see the first point. Vegetation of Maharashtra. Vegetation mainly consists of forest region of the Western Ghats, the Satpura region and the Chandrapur. Second, coastal region of Konkan coast has paddy field as the vegetation. Third, coastal belt consists of eminent trees like the mango and the coconut and shrubs. Means in coastal belts, trees are like the mangoes, coconut and shrub. These trees are occur most. Third, the forests have a very high value of teak, bamboo, etc. Evergreen deciduous forest covers 70% of the land of Maharashtra. Means evergreen deciduous forest covers 70% of Maharashtra. Let's see the map. In this map, these big green spots are under high irrigation and these small spots are under low irrigation. This dark blue is under monsoon rain, highly monsoon rain, and this is faint blue are under low monsoon rain. Let's see the second topic. Vegetation of Orissa. Orissa owing to its peninsular geographical location and wide range of diversified floristic, embryos, consequently a vast economical potential. Third, the extensive range of hilly forest, several lofty parks, long stretch of coastal lines, excellent river rain system, brackies, water and coastal plains. Means in Orissa's hilly region, lofty parks, long stretch of coastal line, excellent river system, barkings, water and coastal plains are there. A wide range of ecological habitats for a diverse and broad spectrum of vegetation. The forest Orissa have innumerable number of medicine and economical important species which need a scientific and sustainable management. Means the Orissa forest have many trees which can be used as a medicine and for the scientific reasons, and sustainable management also. The forest cover cover in the state is 50,345 square meter. Example, 32.34% of the geographical area and tree cover the Odisha. According to the composition and state clarification, 18 forest types are present in the Odisha. The forest of Odisha are divided into 4 major types. Let's see the 4 major types. Not tropical semi-evergreen forest. Second, tropical moist deciduous forest. This forest also known as the monsoon forest. Third, tropical dry deciduous forest. Tidal mangrove forest. Let's see the map. In the map, this yellow portion is all agriculture portion. This green portion is dry deciduous forest, and the pink portion is greenlight bamboos. Means the bamboo trees forest. This blue part is water bodies. So as we see, the Odisha have most part of agriculture forest. Means Odisha have agriculture most. Thank you. Good morning all of you. My name is Vedant Pritam Rai. I am from 9D Group E. My topic is summarizing the vegetation of Maharashtra and Odisha. In this topic there are two points. Let's see the first point. Vegetation of Maharashtra. Vegetation mainly consists of forest region of the Western Ghats, the Satpura region and the Chandrapur. Second, coastal region of Konkan coast has paddy field as the vegetation. Third, coastal belt consists of eminent trees like the mango and the coconut and shrub. Means in coastal belts, trees are like the mangoes, coconut and shrub. These trees are occur most. Third, the forest have a very high value of teak, bamboo, etc. Evergreen deciduous forest covers 70% of the land of Maharashtra. Means evergreen deciduous forest covers 70% of Maharashtra. Let's see the map. In this map, these big green spots are under high irrigation and these small spots are under low irrigation. This dark blue is under monsoon rain, highly monsoon rain, and this is faint blue are under low monsoon rain. Let's see the second topic. Vegetation of Orissa. Orissa owing to its peninsular geographical location and wide range of diversified floristic areas, consequently a vast economical potential. Third, the extensive range of hilly forest, several lofty parks, long stretch of coastal lines, excellent river rain system, brackies, water and coastal plains. Means in Orissa's hilly region, lofty parks, long stretch of coastal line, excellent river system, barkings, water and coastal plains are there. A wide range of ecological habitats for a diverse and broad spectrum of vegetation. The forest Orissa have innumerable number of medicine and economical important species which need a scientific and sustainable management. Means the Orissa forest have many trees which can be used as a medicine and for the scientific reasons. and sustainable management also. The forest cover in this state is 50,345 square meter. Example, 32.34% of the geographical area and tree cover the Odisha. According to the completion and state clarification, 18 forest types are present in the Odisha. The forest of Odisha are divided into 4 major types. Let's see the 4 major types. Not tropical semi-evergreen forest. Second, tropical moist deciduous forest. This forest also known as the monsoon forest. Third, tropical dry deciduous forest. Tidal mangrove forest. Let's see the map. In the map, this yellow portion is all agriculture portion. This green portion is dry deciduous forest, and the pink portion is greenlight bamboos. Means the bamboo trees forest. This blue part is water bodies. So as we see, the Odisha have most part of agriculture forest. Means Odisha have agriculture most. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Yugmon Solanki and I am in class 9D and I am representing the group E. My presentation is collage presentation. My topic is tropical evergreen forest. So let's start. Okay, this is my collage and this is the information about that. An evergreen forest is made of evergreen forest. This may occur a wide range of climatic zone and include trees such as coniferous and holly in cold climate. Eucalyptus, live oak. These are the trees. Eucalyptus, live oak. Acacias and banksia is more temperate zone, and rainforest trees in tropical zones. Okay, now let's go to the next page. So we will discuss in details. Yeah, this is the tropical evergreen forest collage, and now we'll see in details. The tropical wet evergreen forest. India is usually found in areas receiving more than 200 centimeter of rainfall and having a temperature 15 to 30 degrees Celsius. So means the wet evergreen forest appears where 200 centimeter of rainfall having and temperature of 15 to 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Okay. Second point, they occupy about 7% of the Earth's surface. The tropical evergreen forest occupy the 7% of the Earth's surface. Third, they are found mostly near the equator. These forests are dense. So these forests are dense and multi-layered. Means dense, very dense and multi-layered. They harbor many types of plants. The forest constitute an important part of the environment and ecology. This forest constitute important part of environment and ecology. These trees are an important component of forest biology and ecosystem. An ecosystem that helps to promote life in this ecosystem. This allows the plants and animal life to harmonize and live with one another in absolute peace. So thank you. This is my collage presentation. First page, second page and third page. Thank you. My name is Sri Vidya ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Viraj Pandal from class 9D, and today I will share some information about evergreen forest in Orissa. So let's go. So Orissa is very regional and traditional state, and this state is lying under in the west side, in the West Bengal side, under beneath the Kolkata region. In this state, only small remnants of forest exist in this ecoregion. So we can see that the state boundaries of the Odisha in the map. So we can see the geographical map of state Odisha, and the yellow regions are there, which is undercovered by the deciduous forest, and the green regions are there, which is undercovered by the evergreen forest. And these forests are very different from the forest where which forests are found in our state, because these forests are including very different species of herbs, shrubs, and floras and faunas, and also different species of the animals and plants. You can see the 3D map of the state Odisha. So from the Badrak, the mountain ranges start till the Bhubaneswar, and the last mountain ranges are till the Srikakulam, which is near to the Vishakhapatnam. We can see these mountains and mountain ranges are highly undercovered by the evergreen forests and also rivers and some lakes. So this is a map of Odisha undercovered by the satellite vision, and we can see the green forests which are highly popular for the tourist places. So we can see the image of the forest found in Odisha state. Several areas like Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Puri, Kendrapara and Badrak. So these are some images of the evergreen forest found in these places. So this is some basic information about the state Odisha. So first, this is biome, tropical moist and broadleaf forest, and then borders, Godavari, Krishna, mango.
Good morning to all my respected teachers and my dear friends. I am Stavarcharan Padade from class 9D. Today I am going to say few words about tropical deciduous forest of Odisha and Maharashtra. I am from group E and my project teacher name is Shri Vidya ma'am. Now, what is meaning of tropical deciduous forest? The trees with broad leaves which shed their leaves in one season. The few characteristics of this type of forest are: first, these are the most widespread forest. Second, they are also called as monsoon forest. And third, trees shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks in dry season. Then, the parts of Maharashtra where deciduous forests are found are: first, Chota Nagpur Plateau, and second, Western Ghats. Now in Odisha, where these forests are found, are first the parts of Mayurganj, as Baud and Baripada plains and etc., and then parts of Kionjar. Now, the trees found in this type of forest are: first, in Maharashtra, they are bamboo, then pimple, jackfruit, and the many parts of herbs. And in Odisha, the trees are first bamboo, sal, shisha, and mulberry, etc.
Good morning, teachers and all my dear friends. My name is Shalram Devish and I am from class 9D. My group name is E and my subject teacher name is Sri Vidya ma'am. My topic is tropical thorn forest and the shrubs of the Maharashtra. Now I will give you information about that. The vegetations now consist of the mainly of southern tropical thorn shrubs type forest. Means now the vegetation is totally depend on the tropical thorn shrubs type forest. This consists of the open woodland with thorny trees with short trunks. Means that in the open woodland with the thorny trees with short trunks. Thorny trees means there is a nails on their body. and short trunks means the remaining part of the tree after cutting the tree. And low branching crowns means the higher leaf in the low branches from the upper branches. Southern tropical semi-evergreen forests. Forest of this type occurs mostly on the upper hill slope from 450 meters to 1050 meters. Means then forest type occurs mostly on the upper hills, from the 450 meters to 1050 meters. About in Western Ghats, the main species are terminal panicluta. Means in the Western Ghats, the main species are the terminal panicluta is equal to kinjal, memocylon, Umbletium, Anjai, Terminalia chambula, Harida, Syzygium cumini, Zambul, Olea dioicea, Persimmon, and the Mangifera indica, mango, and last one, Actinodapian, hukri, pista, etc. Thank you.
Everyone, myself Gayatri Jit Kakde from Sarat School 9D. Today I am here to express my words on art integration project of social science on the topic to summarize the natural vegetations of Maharashtra along with Odisha under the guidance of Sri Vidya ma'am.
Content: montane forest, Maharashtra, Odisha. Mangrove forest, Maharashtra, Odisha. Now let's have a look at montane forest. Montane forest is the ecosystem found in mountains. It gets affected by the colder climate at moderate elevations. Its height ranges from 1000 to 3000 meter. There are two types of montane forest: wet temperate and subtropical. Rainfall here is about 200 cm. Temperature rises from 11 degree to 14 degrees Celsius. Leaves of trees are dense and round. Branches are closed with noces and phrases. These forests are mainly found in the north and west part of the country. Many species of animals, birds, and plants are found here. Now, one by one, we will see the montane forest of Maharashtra and Odisha. Tiger, elephant, Melanobatrachus, Nilgiri tahar. The wild dog, the gaur, the Melanophidium, and the Nilgiri langur. Flora of the region: Schefflera, Gynonanthus, Kulenia, and the Symbopogon. Montane forest of Odisha. Fauna of the region: the giant squirrel, the mongoose, chameleon, and the cobra. Flora of the region: champa, ashoka, tamarind, and siso. Now let us see the mangrove forest. Species here are salt tolerant. These type of forests are found near the creeks, estuaries, and coast. They play an important role in preventing floods and protecting against cyclones. These trees regulate and the surrounding temperature. They stabilize the sand erosion. Their roots help in breathing. Large number of livelihood is dependent on them. Sustain the security of coastal area. Now we will see the mangrove forest of Maharashtra. Fauna of the region: the crabs, the flamingos, prawns, and the pythons. Flora of the region: apple mangrove, sea holly, black mangrove, and the Indian mangrove. Let's have a look at mangrove forest in Odisha. Region: saltwater crocodile, olive ridley turtle, Asian water monitor, and the king cobra. Flora of the region: the Lidsia, laurel forest, Rhizophora, and the Heritiera. While searching on this topic, I got to know many truths. These forests are in danger because of us. And that's not the good thing. Numerous trees are cut down every day for land acquiring, making furniture, paper, etc. Birds are hunted for their skin, beaks, and other parts. Some are killed for flesh, some just for entertainment. Animal species are hunted for many reasons: for medicinal use, for their flesh, because of many myths, and high demand of their skin and other body parts. And the most important problem that we deal every day: pollution. Forests are a part of large natural chain. They are like the dominoes. To seize the interruption between nature. One piece is fitful, all the chain gets disturbed. We can do one thing to stop degrading biodiversity. To seize the interruption between nature. I hope one day all these forests will be lush and evergreen as they were before. And we all will do our bit in this good cause.
Myself Samriti Sanjay Deshmukh, student of Sarhad School, class 9D. Today I am here to express my words on art integration of social science under the guidance of Sri Vidya. My topic is to summarize the wildlife of Maharashtra. First, let's start with Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, one of the most industrialized states of India. It occupies the western and central parts of the country and extends over the Sahyadri Mountains, a vast stretch of 720 kilometers of the Arabian Sea coast, providing it a beautiful backdrop. Total area under forest cover in Maharashtra is only 17%. Majority of forests are in the eastern and Sahyadri regions of the state. Maharashtra has 5 national parks and 24 wildlife and bird sanctuaries. These range from Borivali National Park, surrounded by Mumbai suburbs, to the Meghat Tiger Reserve high up in the north of the state. Now we will see a small clip on wildlife of Maharashtra. Maharashtra, third largest state of India, rich in biodiversity and home to an incredible wildlife. The mountainous Western Ghats are the most dominating structures of this region. Plenty of rainfall results in lush evergreen forests. The mesmerizing grasslands of the Deccan Plateau are a result of rich volcanic soil. The major condition of this map is covered with dry and deciduous plants. The land has a unique combination of coastal areas with mangroves and sandy beaches and wetlands with rivers and lakes that have their uneven graded system. India has always maintained a culture of preserving and nurturing nature, birds and animals. They are depicted as mines and various forms of god. They are worshipped as tradition that help protect and conserve the delicate environment of the region since a long time. The local tribes have usefully coexisted with the animals these wild territories, but there is only one creature that truly rules these wild landscapes: the tiger. The existence of the other life forms largely depends on this majestic predator, it being the umbrella species of the ecosystem. As the land flourishes with flora and fauna, the skies are ruled by the most evolved reptilians. Words, the power of flight and their ability to reach every corner of the planet makes birds the most successful creatures on earth. Their marvelous colors and elegant disciplines are a way to advertise their work as a mate, but all the beauty and grace is mitigated by the presence of the powerful and magnificent birds of prey, the raptors. Exceptional flying capabilities and senses, superbly adapted for hunting, make raptors most predators of the sky. The healthy environment is as essential to us as it is for raptors. By taking measures to protect these birds, we are in fact ensuring our own sustenance. These birds fearlessly soar in the sky. The future looks bright for the next coming generations. The wilderness of Maharashtra is an epidemic like in perfect harmony with nature.
Let's see some endangered species of Maharashtra.
The forest owlet is endemic to the forest of central India. It is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List since 2018. As the population is estimated at less than 1,000 mature individuals, it is threatened foremost by deforestation. It is a member of the typical owl family Strigidae and was first described in 1873. The Indian vulture is an old world vulture native to India. It has been listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List since 2002. As the population severely declined, Indian vultures died of kidney failure caused by diclofenac poisoning. The white-rumped vulture is a medium-sized species of Old World vulture within the genus Gibbs and the family Accipitridae. It has all the characteristics and traits that are same as most vultures, including a bald neck and head, broad wings, and very short tail feathers. The green imperial pigeon is a large forest pigeon. The large range extends from the southern India and Sri Lanka eastwards to southern China, Indonesia, and the Philippines. The yellow-footed green pigeon, also known as yellow-legged green pigeon, is a common species of green pigeon found in the Indian subcontinent. It is the state bird of Maharashtra. In Marathi, it is called hola or harial. The species feeds on fruit, including many species of ficus. They forage in flocks. Now, let us take a look at Odisha. Wildlife of Odisha is extremely diverse and gives the state a reputation for abundance of natural beauty and wildlife. The forests here are mainly tropical moist deciduous and tropical dry deciduous. There are about 479 species of birds, 86 species of mammals, 19 species of amphibians, and 110 species of reptiles present in Odisha. The state is also an important habitat for the endangered olive ridley turtles and Irrawaddy dolphins. Now we will see a small clip on wildlife of Odisha. Miles and miles of dense green forest, tall and broad mountains, ravishing waterfalls and murmuring hill streams, wide and enchanting lakes, infinitely long coastlines. Odisha is gifted with immense natural wonders, filled with numerous sensory splendors. Odisha has about one-third of its land covered with forest. 480-kilometer long coastline supporting around 86 species of mammals, 473 species of birds, 110 species of mangrove plants, and 350 species of medicinal plants. The rich biodiversity of the state is conserved mainly through a network of protected areas comprising 2 national parks and 18 sanctuaries. Elephants, tigers, leopards, blackbucks, crocodiles, olive ridley turtles, Irrawaddy dolphins, and migratory birds together make Odisha a visual feast. Rich in forest, mountain ranges, water sources, flora and fauna, Odisha is filled with unspoiled nature, scenic beauty, and biodiversity. It offers people with landscapes across the state. This makes Odisha a perfect touristic place. The gharial, also known as the gavial or the fish-eating crocodile, is a crocodilian in the family Gavialidae and amongst the longest of all living crocodilians. The saltwater crocodile is a crocodilian native to saltwater habitats and brackish wetlands from India's east coast across Southeast Asia and the Sindaic region to northern Australia and Micronesia. It has been listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List since 1996. The woolly-necked stork or white-necked stork is a large wading bird in the stork family Cichonidae. It breeds singly or in small loose colonies. It is distributed in a wide variety of habitats including marshes in forest, agricultural areas and freshwater wetlands. The tiger is the largest extant cat species and a member of the genus Panthera. It is most recognizable for its dark vertical stripes on orange-brown fur with a lighter underside. It is an apex predator, primarily preying on ungulates such as deer and wild boar. The leopard is one of the 5 extant species in the genus Panthera, a member of Felidae. It occurs in a wide range in sub-Saharan Africa, in small parts of Western and Central Asia, on the Indian subcontinent to Southeast and East Asia. The Himalayan black bear is a subspecies of the Asian black bear found in the Himalayas of India. The Barasinga, also called swamp deer, is a deer species distributed in the Indian subcontinent. Populations in northern and central India are fragmented, and two isolated populations occur in southwestern Nepal. It is extinct in Pakistan and Bangladesh. Nil langur is a langur found in the Nilgiri hills of the Western Ghats. This primate has glossy black fur on its body and golden brown fur on its head. The lion-tailed macaque or the vandaroo is an old world monkey endemic to the Eastern Ghats of South India. Let's see some of the endangered species. The Indian pangolin, also called thick-tailed pangolin and scaly anteater, is a pangolin native to the Indian subcontinent. Like other pangolins, it has large overlapping scales on its body which acts as armor. It can also curl itself into a ball as self-defense against predators such as the tiger. The Barasinga, also called swamp deer, is a deer species distributed in the Indian subcontinent. Populations in northern and central India are fragmented, and two isolated populations occur in southwestern Nepal. It is extinct in Pakistan and Bangladesh. Thank you for watching.
Myself, Meghna Praveen Konde. I am studying in class 9D. I am from Group B of Social Science Art Integration. My teacher name is Shri Vidya Ma'am. I am going to speak few words on Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is a festival day in Hindu calendar dedicated to the deity Surya. It is observed each year in the lunar month of Magh, which corresponds with the month of January. As per the Gregorian calendar, it marks the first day of sun's transit of Makar, marking the end of month with the winter solstice and then start of longer days. It is a Indian festival of Hindu religion that celebrate with great joy and happiness. This festival starts by taking an early morning holy dip in river and offering prayers to the god sun. We Indians believe that taking holy dip in river make our soul blessed and pure. The word Makar Sankranti derives from the two words Makar and Sankranti. Makar means Capricorn and Sankranti means transition. It means the transition of sun in the Capricorn. The shift of sun into Capricorn is divine importance. From the scientific point of view, from Makar Sankranti, the days become longer and nights become shorter. It's a festival of togetherness and delicacy. And, and the main cuisine of this festival is dish made of til and jaggery that adds sparks to festival. Another great part of festival is kite flying. It is also done with family. On this day, sky is filled with colorful and designed kites. On the occasion of Makar Sankranti, people express their gratitude towards the India throughout the year by worshipping the sun god in various forms, performing Haldi Kumkum ceremony in a way that invokes the ways of Adi Shakti in universe to get triggered, and sharing Tilgur with friends, neighbors and family members by a beautiful thought saying to them is तिळगुळ घ्या गोड गोड बोला आमचा तिळगुळ सांडू नका आमच्याशी भांडू नका. This day is the most important day. The day's aim is to spread prosperity, togetherness and joy. I will end my speech with a small poem. तेजोमय सूर्याला मकर राशीत घेऊन आली 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 संक्रांत आली तिळाचे आरोग्य गुळाचा गोडवा घेऊन आली. सवाष्णीचं वाण विड्याचं पान कणी भगवा हळदी कुंकू घेऊन आली. साड्यांची लगबग दागिन्यांची झगबग नवी नवराई माहेरवाशिनी आली 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 संक्रांत घेऊन आली. मान पान रुसवा फुगवा लाडूने जाणार. तोंडात तीळ भिजला नाही तरी गोडवा गुळाने येणार. आली आली संक्रांत आली सुख समृद्धीची संक्रांत आली. थँक्यू.
Good morning teachers and all my dear friends. I am Siddhi Swapnil Mehta from class 9D, roll number 7, group B. Subject social science geography. Subject teacher who gives me very good guidance for this is Shri Vidya ma'am, and my topic is information of Makar Chawla. Makar Chawla festival celebrated in Odisha. Makar Sankranti is one of the Hindu festival which falls on the fixed day, 14th January every year. If it is leap year, it falls on 15th of January. This festival celebrates the harvest and the end of winter. From this day onwards, sun becomes Uttaran or it starts moving towards north. This festival marks the return of longer days with singles change of season. In Indian subcontinents, it is celebrated with some regional variations. In Odisha particularly, the tribal population celebrates this with great enthusiasm, singing, dancing, and mostly having an enjoyable time. Makar Chawla is the traditional food made in every household of Odisha on Makar Sankranti. A mixture of freshly harvested rice with some jaggery, milk, chana, banana, sugar, etc. results into the most delicious Makar Chawla. First, the prepared Makar Chawla is often as Naivedya to God, then serves to everyone. The rice used is more preferable from the freshly harvested. This is a dish named Makar Chawla. It is made from jaggery, freshly harvested rice, chana, milk, banana, sugarcane. Like this, a sweet dish is made, and this first dish is shown to God as a Naivedya, and then it is served to everyone. Now I am going to show you some pictures like this. This is written Happy Makar Chawla in Odia language. Now the second slide shows us that this is Naivedya shown to the God, and this is a dance done in Odisha, like we flies kite in skies. Like that they performs dance, singing, and like this big programs has done there. Thanks for watching my video. Bye, take care, stay home, stay safe.
Hello all, my name is Siddhi Sanjay Khoth, studying in class 9 division D. I am from 9D group B, and the teacher which have guided me is the Shri Vidya ma'am, and today I am going to sing a song of Makar Sankranti in Marathi. So let's go. Anand Koti Brahmand Nayak Rajadhiraj Yogiraj Parambra Shri Swayambhuta Marleshwar Maharaj ki jai. मकर संक्रांती मारला जाईल, मकर संक्रांती मारला जाईल, शिवहाराची जत्रा मी पाहिलं, धारेश्वराच्या पाण्यानं नाहिलं, धारेश्वराच्या पाण्यानं नाहिलं, पार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, पार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल. माझ्याची साखर बहीण जामाई, मार्लेश्वराची साखर बहीण जामाई, भवानी सोलजाई भक्तांची ती आई, भवानी सोलजाई भक्तांची ती आई, मारेगावाची शेजारलिंग माईन, मारेगावाची शेजारलिंग माईन, मार्लेश्वराचं कौतुक करील, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल. पवित्र पावन मारळ हे घाम, पवित्र पावन मारळ हे घाम, रंजल्या गंजल्या मिळेही ते आराम, रंजल्या गंजल्या मिळेही ते आराम, रंजल्या गंजल्या मिळेही ते आराम, राजा रंग हे करती शिवा प्रणाम, राजा रंग हे करती शिवा प्रमाण, दुःखी कष्टी हो घेती याची नाम, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, पार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, श्वराचा गोडवा गाईल, मार्लेश्वराचा गोडवा गाईल. Thank you all my friends.
Hello everyone, my name is Shreya Prakash Vaswant. I am from 9th D Group B. My roll number is 5 and my teacher name is Shri Vidya ma'am. Today I am going to sing a Makara Chola song in Odia language. So let's start. Buruboga ilare buruboga nari pode gam podo yara pode larchi chora chaguni pika nari pode gam podo yara pode larchi chora chaguni pika oh 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 अतिक बन गए कि नदी झरण होए मैं तो बड़े पहाड़ गिराऊ मते चंदनो कित बेसुरिया में सचा मनोरिया में रचा ढोल मातल ताली नचे जीवनो एक जतीच्या नचकिया में तोड़ कवितारे कथा मंत्र आम कोडा आम संस्कृती भारी बढिया हो 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 एकड़ीच्या या जुगा जुगारा मुआ माटी मा केडी सुंदरा बनिया मखमक ना मुलरला मीना ननक गुबेरी अंगन माय नमाय आपके नैन असर माओ को आपके नैन असर माओ को किचा 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 किता 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 किचिंग ताता तकदीना ता ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ. And here my song ends.
Thank you so much for watching my song. धन्यवाद.